All right, welcome to this Weld County School District 6 Board of Education meeting on this, the 19th day of May 2014. I now call this meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Berea, roll call vote, please. Or roll call, please.
Mr. DeWitt?
Mr. DeWitt is absent.
Mr. Haefele?
Present.
Mr. Hall?
Present.
Mr. Lydiak?
Present.
Dr. Richard? Present. Mr. Richardson?
Present.
Mrs. Sleece?
Present.
6 members are present.
All right, and then do we have people? We do have one. Communication. We have a few items on our communication list. The first is a recognition of the Adventure Journal Backpack Project by Dr. Reynolds, our superintendent.
Well, tonight is actually one of my favorite nights of the year because this is a time when we have some of the students who have been my backpack buddies who come and they share a little bit of their story with the board and with me. So tonight, the Backpack Project is a weekend take-home backpack where students have a stuffed animal, and I see some of them brought their stuffed animal, and they write stories about what they did on the weekend. The project's aim is to increase student literacy by encouraging them to read and write about the stuffed animal they take home over the weekend, with increased parent involvement achieved by including the book You Read to Me, I'll Read to You, very short stories to read together. This is the 6th year that we have done the Backpack Project, so our first backpack kids are in middle school now. So I would like, there are 5 teachers who are joining us tonight, and if they would come up with their students, and you can stand by the podium. Ms. Myers will help you. And each of the students has something they would like to say to the Board of Education, and then they will give you their class journal. So you'll have a chance to see some of the exciting things they did on the weekends. So if you'd come up and introduce yourselves, the teachers, please introduce yourself and introduce your student.
Okay. I'm Mrs. Ramos, and this is my child, Isaac Trujillo. And I'm going to speak for him today, because as a kindergartner, we're a little nervous. So.
And you are from what school?
From McAuliffe.
Okay.
Thank you. So he took Giggles home, and so I'll read what he wrote about Giggles. Today is my first day with Giggles. When I got home, Mom and I read the book, You Read to Me and I'll Read to You. Giggles watched me get my hair cut. Then we went to get pizza. Today is my 2nd day with Giggles. While I went to school, Giggles laid with my grandma. After school, we went to Taco Bell. When we got home, we played with her. Before we went and played catch. I loved spending time with Giggles.
Very nice.
Our class had a lot of fun with Giggles the penguin.
Thank you. So Isaac, could you give your class journal to Mr. Haefele? He's right here. Maybe he'll even go get it.
Hi, good evening. I'm Mrs. Kim Reynolds, and I'm a 1st grade teacher at Jackson Elementary. And I brought Jaden Greenfield, and he would like to share his experience with Fancy the Fox.
What I liked about our backpack friend, Fancy the Fox, he was fun. I loved him. He was cool.
Thank you very much.
We really enjoyed having him in our class. Thank you for that opportunity.
Jaden, would you give your class's journal to Mrs. Solis?
Hi, I'm Kelly Popper, and I teach at Maplewood, and our class would like to thank you so much for the opportunity to participate in the Backpack Buddy program. It has been a privilege for my students as well as myself. I love hearing about their adventures when they bring Blinky back and reading about all the things that they did through their writing. It's fascinating to watch their little faces just brighten up from their enthusiasm, and this will definitely become one of their highlights that they remember from first grade. I brought 2 students with me today. The first one, Mrs. Sonia Ramos, and she would like to read her thank you letter that she wrote to Dr. Lang.
Dear Dr. Lang, thank you for Blinky and the journal and stuff. When I went with Blinky, we slept together and went to the flea market and read a book and went to the movies and we played hide and seek and we were friends. Thank you again. From Sonia.
Well, thank you.
And my next kiddo is Esteban Jimenez.
Thank you for letting us take Blinky home. I got to take him to New Mexico. I got to sleep with him. It was fun. Then we went home. It was fun. He was my best friend ever. We also read the book in the backpack. We also wrote in the journal. And thank you for the pencils and sharpeners. Thank you most of all, Blinky. Thank you for everything you gave us. Thank you again from Esteban.
Ms. Popper, did you bring, you did. Very nice.
And who
Thank
would
you.
you like
I'll
us to
take
give the
this.
journal to?
Mr. Hall.
My name is Kathy Landy, and I'm a second grade teacher at Ann K. Hyman. We have been with the Backpack Adventure since it started, and it is a great opportunity for our parents and our students to read together, have that conversation, and reunite as a family and talk about things that they've done with Rocky and also through their reading. I have Ryan Caldwell with me tonight, Natalie Highfield, and Maya Cooney, and each of them wrote a story today to present to the board for you today.
My second grade class was elated when we found out we could participate in the backpack program. On the first day I took Rocky home, we immediately went to Come and Go and got a small slushie. Then the next morning we went to Dave & Buster's, and me and Rocky played Temple Run and went into a haunted house. We went home that night and had dinner. Later that night I was asleep, and Rocky comforted me while I was sleeping. The next day, I brought Rocky back to school so someone else could take him home on another adventure.
Thank you.
This is Natalie Highfield.
I felt special when I took Rocky home. He made me smile when I held him. We read a story called You Read to Me, I Read to You. We read it again and again. We also ate together. We went to Taco Bell. I didn't know I was going to be the first one to take him home before everybody else. I enjoyed him a lot.
Very nice. Thank you.
And Maya Cooney.
I had an amazing time with Rocky. He stayed in the classroom and watched us work. We never knew where he would be hiding. When I took him home, we built a Lego high school. I loved Rocky so much I bought my own Rocky. When I found him, I was so excited. I got him at Winter Park Ski Resort with my Easter money. When I slept with him, he made me feel safe. Part of the time I took him home, I was sick. Rocky made me feel better. I want to thank Dr. Lang for letting us participate in Backpack Buddies.
Thank you to all of the So could you give your class journal to Mr. Lydiak?
Thank you for the
So I'm Mrs. Garza from Madison Elementary School, and I have Aurelia with me and Jocelyn.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to read for Madison Moose. I enjoyed it a lot because it was fun.
Very nice.
I like reading because it was fun. I like having Madison Moose too. Thank you for letting us have the backpack program.
And I also want to thank Mrs. Lang, Dr. Lang, and the board for letting us do this program at Madison. It's wonderful to see how the children there just enjoy taking Madison Moves and reading to their parents, to their grandparents. It's a wonderful program, so thank you for the opportunity.
Well, thank you, Ms. Garza. Thank you, students. We have certificates for the teachers. So if I could, yes, that one would go to Dr. Richard. She was feeling bereft. So if we could have the teachers come back up briefly. We would like to present a certificate to you because I know it's extra work for you, and I appreciate that I can connect with a class of kids in every single school in a really special way, and you make that possible, and I really, really appreciate it.
All right, so Kathy Landy, is that? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Oh, I almost ruined that one. I ruined it a little bit. Kim Reynolds? Yep. Minnie Garza? Kelly Popper? Thank you. And then Shannon?
Yep.
Thank you. Can you grab your last name after me?
Thank you again.
Well, that was a little bit cute.
If you need to go home and go to bed, you can leave. Oh.
Yep.
Stay here, Paul. Stay here, Paul.
Oh. Just the cute ones. All right, well, we have some families filing out. We'll move on to the next item under communication, and that is a recognition, the Student Spotlight, presented by Director of Communications, Teresa Myers.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson, Dr. Lang, and members of the board. There's more cuteness to come, only it's a little older cuteness, but we have our Student Spotlight students to honor for this second semester Student Spotlight. I think most of you are familiar with the program, but for those who are not, we began 2 years ago advertising with the Greeley Tribune, focusing on spotlighting students in our secondary schools. These students are selected by the staff and principals of those schools for a variety of reasons, not just because they're good academically, but often they're leaders in the school, they're kind, they work with their peers well. Some of them have even developed their own activities and programs at the school. So it's a great variety, a way to showcase our students in a very positive light. It's in the Tribune every Sunday. It's on their website. And we've also started this year producing videos about each of these students. We interview each and every one of them who win, and those are featured on our website. So tonight I'd like to talk to you about this group of students. We have a variety of kids, but not all of them were able to make it tonight because as it would have it, it's a very busy time of year for students who are active in their schools. So we do have a few students that we'd like to recognize tonight. Their pictures are already outside in the lobby, And I have to tell you a little story I heard the other day. I was walking through the lobby, and there were two little girls waiting for their mom at Student Records, and they were looking at all the pictures up there on the wall. And one of the little girls actually said, "I want my picture up on this wall someday." So it made me feel really good that we're honoring students, but we're also giving something for our younger students to strive for. So tonight, we'd like to honor several students who were able to make it tonight. And Mr. Richardson, I'll ask you to come up and give these out. Victor Marquez. Victor is a student at John Evans Middle School. And if you guys could come over here so you're in the, yeah, television. And he's active in many programs, as you'll see on his list. And he has a great GPA, and he's been involved in National Junior Honor Society. So thank you, Victor.
Congratulations, Victor.
Zuleika Vizcaño. Zuleika is a student at Heath Middle School, and she is also very active in the Educational Talent Search and basketball. She's got a great GPA also.
Congratulations. Thank you, Zuleika.
Kenya Gallardo from Brentwood Middle School. You just heard a lot about AVID. She's a member of our AVID student team there. She's on the Dream Team Educational Search, and she loves math. That's her favorite subject.
Congratulations.
Dean Urban from Northridge High School. Dean is involved in the Explorer program, would like to be a police officer someday, and has been cited for his great generosity and leadership at Northridge.
Congratulations.
And our last student who was able to make it tonight is Hernan Lopez from Northridge. Hernan is in AP classes. He's involved in soccer, wrestling, Blink Crew, National Honor Society, Student Council, STEM, Interact Club, and I could go on and on. Thank you, Hernan. Again, I would just like to mention our sponsors who make this possible. We do pay for part of this advertisement, but we really couldn't do it without the help of Banner Health, United Way of Weld County, and the actually Greeley Tribune contributes to those ads. So I just wanted to thank them for continuing such a nice recognition of our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our next item under communication is Language, Cultural, and Equity Educator of the Year, Jessica Cooney, presented by Executive Director of Learning Services, Dr. Stacy Dattery.
Thank you. Yes, come on up. Oops. Okay, sorry, I have to get to my kind things. So come with me here. So good evening, Vice President Richardson, Dr. Lang, members of the board. It is my honor to be able to share with you and honor one of our most outstanding teachers in District 6, Miss Jessica Cooney. And I'm going to say a few words, so you just hang in there with me, okay? Recently, she received the distinguished honor of being selected to receive the Language, Culture, and Equity Award from the Office of Language, Culture, and Equity at the Colorado Department of Education. This is the 7th year that they have honored an outstanding educator in the state, and this year, Miss Cooney received this award. To let you know, each year, this recognition goes to a teacher who has made a significant impact on the education and lives of our English learners and works to promote the diversity in the community. So let me just share a little bit about how she does that. Ms. Cooney teaches English learners from a variety of language levels, including newly arrived immigrant and refugee students who have little or no English skills, language skills at our newcomer program at Greeley West High School. So it's challenging work, and at the high school it's the most challenging. As she receives those students. And in addition, her students learn more than English in her class, as she teaches the American culture and the ways for her students to be able to adapt to their new environment. It doesn't stop in the classroom, however. Additional events that Ms. Cooney organizes to promote diversity in our community is that she has arranged and continues to arrange and produce the El Teatro theatrical productions. I'm sure most of you have been able to, if not all of you, have been able to attend that. And so you know that this is a group of our high school thespians that write and perform plays in which they express their experiences. I know. I'll stop soon in a moment. But there's a lot to share. She's been co-organizer and producer of the Refugee Community Forums and co-publisher with the University of Northern Colorado on a book in which English learners in her classroom write about their personal stories. This year, the book was titled Same World. I love that title. And it was released in April. It is the 4th edition, the 4th time in which students have compiled their stories and share those in this written format. She is a role model for our community. She's always available to teach students outside of school hours. She's incredibly passionate about educating her colleagues and her community members about English learners, and her students are challenged continuously by her to accelerate their English language development in her classes and outside, as she presents plenty of opportunities for them to get involved in community affairs. Please join me, as well as Ms. Frances Schneeweiss, who put her name in for this honorable award, in congratulating our dedicated teacher, Ms. Jessica Cooney, on the Language, Culture, and Equity Teacher of the Year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sure. I didn't prepare much to say, but I just want to say thank you to all of you, and most of all, thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to be able to teach and do exactly what I love. I can say no more than just thank you. I absolutely love my job, and I love working for this school district, so just thank you all so much for giving me that opportunity.
Thanks.